Jack, the day has arrived.
What's up?
Because this is our little update on episode 7, where we were trying to prank my brother Nick.
The prank went down, y'all. I have heard none of the updates, so you're going to hear it along with me in this special bonus little featurette follow-up to episode 7's episode called Planet. Here we go. Let's do it. By the way, real quick before we jump in there, the poll is still open. Vote for your the season 1 episode that you'd most like to see get a second episode, and we will do that as our season finale coming out soon. But first, episode 1.5 of Planet.
Yeah. Well, Planet slash to catch a prank.
To catch a prank.
Yeah. Planet was the one that we made a planet together.
I thought that during the prank episode, we had called this Planet for a little while.
I think we riffed on the joke being we should call it also Planet.
Yeah.
But then I think in the time we were saying, like, to catch a prank, we'll beat it probably. And then later we kind of half committed to Planet, but we never fully committed to it in the title of the episode.
And then we put it down as to catch a prank.
Yes.
So here we
Planet
are.
Wasn't a so Planet
was a different one
until
for sure.
episode 8.
Yeah, that was a different one for sure.
Yeah, so episode 7 to catch a prank.
It's the prank one. Here we go.
So to give some context, you go listen to episode 7 so you know how this came about if you haven't already. But essentially, we were planning on pranking Nick by getting a fake pizza in the fridge that he was gonna stumble upon.
Mm-hmm.
Nick and I got back to Los Angeles. I was ready. We had the pizza in the freezer. Jack, you and Jordan made an incredible pizza.
We crafted a pizza out of clay and paint and some Cheerio dust to give texture to the painted sauce, and we shaved clay on there, so it got this beautiful cheese texture. Go! We'll post some photos. We'll put some photos in the video here, but I'm genuinely gonna say, as Jordan did as we were making it, the best arts and crafts project I have ever participated in. The nicest looking anything I've ever replicated. We worked really hard on like color matching. I think our one mistake was that the tomato sauce was a little light compared to the sauce on the, but we color matched the basil by combining green and black clay and made little speckles of basil all over, and then we shredded clay like cheese. It was an accomplishment. It looked way better than it had any business looking.
It truly is. It truly is miraculous. And I've been able to examine
the plastic film and then glued it onto the. Yeah, I mean, come on.
Also, writing on the bottom of the cardboard as a little hidden bonus. Not to mention putting it back into the original box with glue.
Yeah.
That then still remained the cardboard pull opening.
The perforated
strategy.
side we didn't touch. We X-Acto knifed the back open and then hot glue gunned it back together so that there was no evidence of tampering.
So Jack delivered this pizza to me, this perfectly crafted, with a lot of love, pizza, made of clay. The eagle had landed, so to speak. I put it in the freezer. I had bought a duplicate pizza so that I could stack it because I like those pizzas. Yeah, so I have my own. But
you guys have separate sections of
we have separate sections of the freezer. So we'd gotten back. I was the first one to order groceries upon return from Tahoe. Nick held an extra day, and then he ordered his stuff, Amazon Fresh delivered, and then he loaded it up. I went down to the freezer to open it up. Lo and behold, he had a little change of heart on what kind of pizzas he's getting. So
this whole thing had been premised on Nick's insane loyalty to this one.
And he had veered to another Amy's Pizza, a different one.
Yeah.
And so suddenly I was like, wait a second, did he fundamentally get off? But I couldn't ask the question. I couldn't pose hey, are you still on those Amy's margaritas? Why would I ask that?
Draws too much.
So I had to sit
way too much patience.
Flash forward literally 6 weeks. I want to say a month, 6 weeks. I'm going to post some photos too of the fridge, how he didn't have the right pizza. And then
because the plan was you were going to hold the fake one back in your section, and then once he put one of those Amy's into his section, you were going to do a little swappy boppy.
I was going to do a little swappy boppy, yes. And then I was just so every day opening that freezer, hopeful that I could do my swappy doppy. Couldn't do it. Then the day arrived. This was yesterday, and I noticed that he had gotten an order. He loaded up the freezer, opened up the freezer, and to my delight, there was an Amy's Margarita frozen pizza.
Back at your old habits, Nick.
Yes. And so then I was like giddy. I was on a Zoom at the same time too. I like had to check on a door thing, and then I saw it, and then I like did the swap, perfect swap. Also arranged it such that like the label was facing the same way. He put it in upside down. I put this one in upside down. It was perfect.
Oh, incredible.
And then I went back and I was on the Zoom with a friend, and I had to be like, listen, this is a long story. I can't explain why I have to. And then it was Brian, by the way. I was on a Zoom with Brian. And I was like, I have a podcast with Jack. And then Jordan made this pizza. He's like, is it the pizza thing? Say no more. I'm out. Like, do what you got to do. I was like, great. I had to buy some time to be like, record this moment. So Brian had known long, I guess, like he talked to Jordan about the crafting of this pizza.
Sent Jordan all the pictures we took documenting it, so Brian had seen those.
Yeah. And so then I knew the reason I had to get off the Zoom was that I knew it was happening, and I wanted to make sure that I had my phone set up.
You could hear that he was approaching?
Well, no, because what he does, and this is what was perfect that I couldn't have planned on, but what ended up being perfect, he has another bad habit. His bad habit is that he preheats the oven and then he just pieces out for like 10 to 15 minutes. He like turns it on, then leaves. And that's been a point of contention for me where I'm like, you don't need to leave the oven for like 15 to 20 minutes for it to preheat. You can put it on for like 8 maybe and then save some gas.
So you have the excuse to say, hey man, the oven's ready.
Yes. But in this instance, I didn't because I knew I had the time to prep.
Okay.
I knew he turned it on. I knew he was up in his room. He hadn't taken the pizza out. So I was like, this might just be the perfect opportunity. So I went into the kitchen. I set up my phone, had a hidden camera, set it up to where I thought he was going to be opening up the pizza. And then I like twiddled my thumbs and waited carefully. And I was like, then I just sat like in the kitchen area for like 5 minutes waiting for him. And when I finally heard his feet coming down the steps, hit record on my phone, sprinted into my room, and then we just started like clicking, left my door open so he could see me just like clicking on my computer. And what I have now is the actual recording of Nick coming down the stairs and being pranked.
All I have seen, by the way, is just a photo evidence that he had. I just saw a picture of Nick holding the pizza, and then otherwise we agreed to just save it and wait. So I'm going to find this out with all of y'all.
So this is going to be in real time, and granted, it's primarily an audio thing because he does go off camera, but then I do put it back on camera. But just to say that by listening, you won't be missing out on visuals necessarily.
This is a podcast.
You know, it is podcast after all. But I figured we could react in real time to listen to how he processes this information. Let me do a little screen share here. So Jack, all right, I've shared my screen here. This is the clip of the prank playing out in real time. You can see it?
Yes.
All right.
Very excited.
You'll be able to hear me literally right after I hit play on this. You'll be able to hear me sprint off camera. Yeah. All right. Here we go. Ready? To catch a prank or plan it in action.
Singing to himself. Didn't see the phone.
Nope.
Opening the box.
Yep.
Confused by the plastic.
Yeah.
What?
I think that's when he read the message.
What the fuck?
He's off camera right now, so we're just...
Yeah. Just processing. Hang on.
The fuck is this?
So now I'm in my room, I'm looking a little confused. What's going on? What are you walking over here for?
What the fuck? Hold on. Is that a perfect prank? Did we just prank the shit out of you? Did Jack and I just craft the perfect prank on our podcast that we were waiting for this exact moment to happen for about 2 months? Did you have a full-on fundamental psychological break because you have no idea what any of this amounts to? What the fuck is this, dude? Only the perfect prank. Only a podcast pilot's the podcast prank where we decided we had to craft a good prank, and so then we decided, like, oh, what's a weird thing that would mess with his mind? And then I remember that you order those pizzas a lot, and then it was like, well, what's a thing that we could just leave in the background? And then Jordan Riggs made a clay version of that pizza, and then it's been sitting in the freezer, and then I had to wait for you to order it again, and then we also riffed in real time because I was thinking, oh, maybe we should do a 23andMe prank instead, and he's like, let's put them together, and so then we just put that in the back on the cardboard. What the fuck, dude? I thought this was like a bomb. I thought this was like, you know, the clay they use for like C4? Uh-huh. And I thought I was going to put this in an oven and it was going to explode. And then this happened and I thought, it was in the box. The box. Yeah. Yeah, it was perfectly crafted. What the fuck? Well, we pranked you. We pranked you good. It's kind of that counts as a prank, right? I almost just had a panic attack. Well, we really wanted to make sure it was a prank that was gonna make everybody feel good and have a real regular happy. How would you feel if you pulled a totally unassuming box of your favorite pizza out of the freezer, and then the sauce was bright orange, and then
we didn't
crust
color
was
match.
coming off and made of some type of material that you're like, is this toxic? Is someone know where I live and now they're trying to poison me? And then somehow having the inclination to look at the bottom and it says you're adopted. In creepy Sharpie. Yep. So and you've been doing this, you've been trying to make this happen for 2 months? Well, yeah. Gotcha. What's the name of the podcast? Oh, it's Podcast Pilots Podcast. I can't even remember what episode it was, but you should probably go back and listen to where we... Yeah, it's a prank episode. It's called about pranking me in the episode? We talked about... Well, in the episode, it was 30 minutes of us riffing on a prank, and then this was the end result of 30 minutes of just talking through what became a very convoluted and confusing prank, but then we decided to do it anyways. So you can learn the origin story at Podcast Pilots the Podcast with Chris and Jack. And you knew to just... You knew right now to leave your phone to film me? I did. Well, because I was over there on the Zoom. And you knew I would be right here in this spot? Am I that predictable? Yeah. We had you, man. Well, I knew that once... You didn't buy the pizzas. You didn't buy this pizza for a while. And I'd been sitting on the frozen version that had been closed, and I had it in my spot, which, by the way, the actual one of yours is down in the other slot, so you can still have your pizza. See, everyone wins. It's a win-win, man.
That was an important component of the prank.
To be clear.
We bought the actual pizza, then we Jordan and Jack crafted
I
on the
see.
side here. They glued it, but
I
didn't
see.
affect that.
I see.
And then,
And your phone was there. I didn't even see your phone.
no, you didn't.
But the lens was over to see me.
Well, you didn't go. I thought you were going to go to that spot, but it
Okay.
sounds like you did that here.
I did it here.
Yeah, so we're just going to get the voice of it, is what it sounds like. But then, yeah, I was waiting for the pizza to go in the freezer, so I knew that then it was going to be it was time for the prank, but you didn't order this type of pizza. It's the whole time that we've been back in LA. And then the one time you did was today. And I was like, cool, let me swap it out. Maybe it'll be a few days. Then I noticed you came down and turned the oven on, and I was like, what is it set to? 450. Oh, wait, it's going to be a pizza. I did the swap, and then I was like, good thing that you take forever to let something preheat and then come back down. So it was I would literally
Good call out.
set it so I knew you were going to be
Yeah.
here, set this up, was waiting for it to happen, got in my room, and then literally waited for like 10 to 15 minutes for you to come back down after that thing was just heating up. And then placed it there thinking you were going to turn to the corner.
Yep.
Instead, you went there. That was my only flaw.
Yeah.
But
So you're just going to hear me off screen. You can subtitle it. I do. There's a long pause where
Yep.
I analyze, and there's going to be some what the fucks.
that's what I heard.
And at first I was like, this must be the display case version at the like factory where they make these.
Oh,
Someone
smart.
accidentally put that into the box. It's like the display. It's like, here's what you want your pizzas to look like once you've put the ingredients on them. People on the pizza making conveyor belt. And so I thought, oh, it's just like it's a little nothing. And then I'm called out by name on the back.
Yeah.
We did a 23andMe without your consent and you're adopted. I genuinely had to think about whether I was adopted or not for a little bit too. 'Cause
So,
I was
wow.
like, is this some person trying to destroy my family? Is this some person starting to try
Kinda.
to like
Yeah.
create some type of conflict within my family to destroy it because they know like if they destroy it, one of us gets offed, they can inherit a bunch of money or something?
Joke's on them. There's nothing to inherit.
Got nothing in the bank.
The nope, it's just the perfect prank. One that was crafted on Chris and Jack's podcast pilots, the podcast. So and this is actually perfect timing because we're releasing the season finale this week, so this gets to get edited into the most recent version. So couldn't have been better timing, Nick. Thank you.
I'm gonna have my regular pizza now. Thanks.
Wow.
Okay. Amazing. Couple things.
Yeah.
The very small, that first very small what is
Yes.
the perfect prank to me. Usually a prank you think like, whoa, what's going on? You big crazy react, but just a
Yeah.
what is tickled me so hard. I will say one of our goals when making it, I forget what we gave. We gave a time amount that it's like it should be a 10-second thing or a 3-second thing we wanted it to be a relatively quick, like it hits you. He really sat in
He
it.
had to sit. He sat in it,
And he went
I
through
did.
some emotional ups and downs of all of the possible explanations of what this could be, and it was more torturous than I think we intended.
I definitely heard nothing but silence over there while it was playing out. And then while it was just like, when I was over here, I was like, it wasn't until I called out like, everything good? That then he gave like more audible stuff. Cause I was like, I was realizing that he was sitting in it too long.
Yeah.
And also it was a good meditation in how our minds can just be anxiety ridden places that then can fill in narratives,
He's not wrong that clay looks a little C4 like. So
Sure. And then he showed me close up, and there was some like hot glue kind of like leftover stringiness to it, and that he thought that was wire.
Oh.
So yeah, really spooky.
He did also call out that Jordan and I didn't nail the color match on the sauce. We knew that. That was
He
the
was
big
pretty
critique
aggressive
that
with
we
that
had. But he's
note
like,
pretty
some
quick.
crazy fucking orange sauce. Like, all right, dude, we tried. We honestly, it's a good. You can look. It's a good color match to the box, to the color that's on the box. It's a bad color match to the color that's on the actual pizza.
Yeah, certainly. And, it was in a freezer for a long time. There might have been a temperature processing that happened there too, changed some things.
That went phenomenally. I cannot believe that the timing worked so well that you were there and knew it and were able to record it. That feels planned, and I'm so in love with us having just 2 minutes of silence with the very rare, what the fuck? That's a perfect prank.
It is the perfect prank. It felt like I think that yes, I could have jumped to his rescue sooner. He could have been less sitting in it, but that fundamental first what
Perfect.
might be just what we record. We just use that recording and loop it, and that's going to be like my phone ringer. That'll be like how we tag our podcast from now on.
That's a sound of joy to me when we make when we get a prank show.
Yeah,
that's
right.
going to be the audio that plays over our end title card. It's going to be like Chris and Jack Productions, and it's just Nick going, what? I can't believe how, because also a long debate when Jordan and I were writing the thing on the back, I almost put I almost signed it Chris and Jack. And I think that, and my ultimate decision was like, that's going to tip him real fast. It's gonna complete the picture very quickly, which maybe we should have done to let him off the hook, because instead, I also love, by the way, one of my concerns was that he would start by finding the back and it would go to like 100 so fast.
Quickly. Right.
The fact that he noticed that the pizza was weird and had to sit in that for a second first was my real dream. That he would just be like, something's weird about this pizza and I can't quite put my finger on it. And then what's this? That was incredible.
I will say too that when he was holding the pizza out in front of me when I came to his quote unquote rescue, and then we had our little decompress right before I revealed the prank, his pupils were huge. Dude was on the verge. And so I was like, I had some instinct to be like, let's talk about this. Let's figure this out. What could it possibly be? But then I was like, no, we're gonna pull out right here.
Yeah,
and I realized
borderline panic attack. That's good to bail.
Yeah. And that was the only side.
We didn't want a long psychological, you sit in it for months prank. We wanted a quick reveal. Everybody had fun. Did he have fun? Like, did you check in later?
I checked in a little bit later. I reminded him that night being like, what a fun, eventful day. And he's like, I actually had a pretty good day. Yeah. And then I was good to hear. I was like, oh, cool. And because the prank, he's like, oh, the prank. So I don't know if it was fully his happiest moment.
Necessarily a joy. Okay.
But he did say something that was a little unnerving as he was like getting his pizza and going back upstairs. He was like, I think you may have started something, Chris. So it makes me feel like, wait, am I, is there going to be something
prank
reciprocated?
War? Prank
war? Really, I wonder if prank war happens, technically he has to wage it against us both. I don't want to be the only one that's getting the brunt. Yeah, and Jordan needs to get it as well. But there you have it, everybody. We thought it was deserving of its own little update. What an update. What a joy. What a journey. What a podcast.
I mean, that was a good episode. That one was worthy of a follow-up. So you can check out, if you're just listening to this, check out, there's video of that and there's pictures of the pizza. You can check it all out on our Patreon. Y'all, thanks for listening.
We'll see you with our quote unquote season finale, where we do a second episode of whichever one you vote on.
Yeah, and for now, we'll play you out with our new title card end music of just Nick saying what?
Nick saying, here we go, and enjoy.
What?